The day began with the players arriving at the stadium. They were met by fans in the car park and headed inside to get ready. Before this, we took framed shirts up to the office to be presented pre-match. Once the players arrived, the admin work began. We set up the press area, met with other staff, and then got set up in the printing room where we began editing the team sheet. It was then time to head out pitchside and exchange team lineups with the opposition press officer, and I of course had to get a few clips of the stadium. The players were then ready to head out onto the pitch, so we went up to the press box and the game was underway. The Liverpool fans were in full swing. The view from the press box was something else, so I had to take some pictures. It didn't take long, however, for the Toffees to rain on their parade. And it began to pour when they made it 2-0. The only red that got the better of Everton was a red card for Sarah Homeguard late into the game, meaning she'd missed the final game of the season. Liverpool fans did have something to clap about when Noon Fahy came on to captain her side for the last time at home. That was, though, the only thing Reds had to applaud as the game ended 2-0. Once the game was over, we headed pitchside to console the players and sort out post-match interviews. Whilst Amber Whitley was being interviewed, I hunted down Gemma Bonner for her interview, which you can watch in its whole now.
Kind of talk us through the performance in the game, really.
Yeah, I think obviously it's frustrating coming away on the end of that scoreline. I think we obviously created a lot of chances and limited them to not many, but obviously they've scored theirs and we've not scored ours. So yeah, I think ultimately disappointed. It's a derby game, it means a lot. But look, there's a lot of things we can take from what the fans, the crowd were unbelievable. They really got behind us, and yeah, it's tough to take, but you know, we have to keep on progressing.
You kind of touched on a few things there. Is it almost bittersweet? Obviously bitter with the result, but sweet to play in front of that big crowd and seeing over 15,000 turn out here?
Yeah, look, it's what we want to be playing in front of every week, but ultimately we have to do the job on the pitch, and they really played their part today, and unfortunately for us we couldn't just get the goal in the net. But yeah, I think we've created enough chances today that we should have had enough to win the game, but you know, at the top level, if you give opposition chances and they take it, then you get punished. And for us, yeah, there's definitely positives, and we have to look to take that into next week.
Is it just that clinical touch that was missing, maybe in both penalty areas?
Yeah, look, I think both boxes of the game is the place where games are won, and again, at the top level, you have to defend the box well and take your chances when you get them, because I think you don't get many chances in this league, and I think they were obviously the pivotal moments today. We came out, I thought we really put the game to them, and yeah, obviously the difference is in those moments.
We've talked about moving on to next week, and it's Chelsea next week. I mean, what can you take from that into this?
Yeah, look, I think there was a lot of positives. We did a lot with the ball, and we're creating the chances. So I think it's now just about that decision, that final pass in the last moment to finish the chance off. And I think, we have to take positives that we're getting into them positions, but it's about the quality when we're in those, because we've definitely got the quality of players that can score those chances, and almost at times we were probably trying too hard. So it's about, I think, look, next week there's going to be no pressure on us to go and win the game, so I think we have to use those moments and really try and make those chances into goals.
And just finally, we saw a presentation for a few of your teammates who are going to be leaving at the end of the season, a few long-serving teammates who I'm sure are very good friends of yours. The club's going to be going through a lot of transition. I wonder how you feel about the likes of Neve and Co leaving.
Yeah, I mean, look, the girls that are leaving, I think they've all been fantastic servants to this club. I think they've all been here for a long time, and everyone will be sad to see them leave, but they go with our best wishes. And look, it wasn't probably the moment that they wanted to remember today, but I hope they really feel the appreciation from both the players and the club for what they've done for this team. And yeah, I think, like you said, the club's in a bit of a transition period, but we wish them all the best and thank them for everything they've done.
Thank you for your time.
This has been a day in the life of an LFC press officer. Thanks for watching.